Welcome back to another episode. Look what just found. Today is episode, let's see, 236. And let me tell you, what a rabbit hole I've been going down for the past week or two. This whole thing with, look at those beauties. Look at those beauties, you babies, you babies. Oh, they're so beautiful. That copper. I think it's copper. Let me see. Nah, we got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We might have 10 coppers, which would be 20%. That would be really good. So, I'm only human. Remember that song? Who sang that? It wasn't Billy Ocean. I'm only human. I can't remember. It wasn't the Eurythmics. It's an old song. And when I start doing something new, I have a habit of going all in. 2015 has a die variation on the if there's any doubling on the R verse, and I kind of did that a bit with the whole research. Now, I think in retrospect, I'm going to say it's been a good experience. It's another 2015, 2 in a row. It's been a good experience, a good learning experience. And 86D. And it's something that I would recommend to anyone who's really seriously interested in learning about penny roll hunting errors and stuff like that. Let me look at this under the loop. But there is a caveat, right? And I believe even my members who are super into researching with microscopes and stuff like that, and would agree, is extremely time consuming. And I have to be honest, after going down this rabbit hole with you guys and with my members for the past week or two, however long it's been. Okay, our first copper, very nice. I come to realize, yes, that it's very time consuming. And as Eric from keeneEyeCollectables, his YouTube channel is in the description below. He's gaining some steam there. Congratulations, Eric. I see you're like heading towards 50. Very good. It's a long journey to build up a YouTube channel. Let me tell you, it takes a lot of time. We're looking for the white AM, no white AM. So congratulations. Check him out. 83. It has a collar error. Is that it takes a lot of time to, I'm gonna hold on to that one. We don't have much to look at today so far. And it takes a lot of time. And I think that has to be like your thing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say 99% of the people who come to this channel, that's not their thing. I mean, just being honest, that's all. Just calling it how I see it. Maybe 98% is another one. Oh, look at, wow. Let me look at that blister under the loop. What a long... I'll be honest with you. This blister is so long from one end to the other. It actually might be a different type of error. I saw it the other day on I think AaaHhhh.com, and it was a long blister going from one side to the other. I'm not gonna look it up. So that's some things I will look up. But I haven't been able to get through a straight video. 2003. Look how dark it is. Since I started researching things more heavily, and I have to admit, I do think it's very important, and I'm glad, and I'm going to continue to research things, but somehow I have to what's going on here? Hold on, let me look at these 2 pennies real quick. They don't seem to be fitting up. I'm going to weigh these 2 pennies. You know, I have to do time management, right? So, for example, other websites, you know. So I noticed when they who use microscopes, you know, they might, yeah, they're with intolerance. They might just do whatever, a handful of pennies, or, you know, or it might take hours and hours, whatever it is that they have going on. It's a little different than what I do here, you know. So, you know, what does that all have to do with the, you know, price of gold? Is that I built up an audience who are here for what Look What Jess Found is. Look What Jess Found, you know, 82. And somehow I need to find the balance. That's a nice misaligned die. I need to find a balance between the 2 things, between the growth of the channel and veering too far off the essence of the channel. Look at that. Look at all these interesting pen. And this is what I'm into, right? I'm into interesting things, you know. And for example, that's from that circle there. There's 2 of them. These 2 circles are from, most likely, from, this was an ender. This was an ender. This penny was at the end of a roll at some point when it came from the mint, went to another bank, what have you. And the crimping machine, crimp roll machine, made these marks in them. Now, it's a 2023, so we will look for the extra V. No extra V. So, for example, what I just went over on this penny, these are pretty basic ideas that I didn't even know when I first started. I didn't know about crimp rolling. I didn't know that circle was called the circle of death. I didn't know on the 2023 there was an extra V. And these are little pieces of information that I believe a newer penny roll hunter is gonna benefit from, right? Little doses. How do you eat an elephant? Does everybody know that joke? It's a joke, but it has it also has a lot of bit of truth to it. How do you eat an elephant? I'll give you a second to think about that. And if you know the answer, then you know it already. Okay, the answer is one bite at a time. If you try to eat the whole elephant at one time, you're going to choke. And that's the way we learn. We learn little bits at a time. And you can see my progression as I have learned over the months, going on a year. It'll be a year in December or the end of October, something like that. And while I might be learning some advanced, oh, look at that. Look at that. That's nice. That is not, what year is this? On a 2000, is it? It's the AaaHhhh. The AaaHhhh. If there's any doubling on the AaaHhhh, but imagine if that's the little, I'm going to say that looks like a die chip, but let me look at it. It could be just a planchet error. Hard to tell. I've seen it there before in other ones. And no, it's not super uncommon. This one is bigger, though, than the ones I usually see. So cool. Any doubling on the AaaHhhh as a result? I don't think so. Right? So, there's a reason why certain channels have a lot of success. Like Rob Fine's channel, Rob Fine's Treasures, I think Chris Coins. It's because they're speaking to the masses. The 99% of people who are doing this as a hobby, they're speaking to. And the numismatic aspect of it, yeah, that, pretty sure. Now, everyone's going to say that's post-mint damage, right? Well, if it is post-mint damage, it's post-mint damage with a die clash. Now, oh, look at that. Check this out. It's an 82 zinc. Small date. Now I'm going to show you the die clash. So these are the basics, right? Die clashes, post-mint damage. These are the basics. And as I learn the more, and I just learned how to actually say it, right? Numismatic aspects of penny roll hunting. I don't want to overload or overwhelm my audience with that type of information. All right, there's a die clash or something. You can see it. Let me go closer. Put the light on. There you go. You can see it there. You see it inside the columns, the bays. Now, the funny thing is the die clash goes in this direction, right? And so does this line. Now, I'm pretty sure, it's kind of, now here's the line, right? And the line continues. So it's probably just, is that just coincidence? Look, I mean, it's directly in line with the die clash. You see that? Here's the scratch. And here's the die clash. Let me see if it looks better without the light. Yeah, you get a little bit more contrast there. So does that mean, it's probably just a coincidence, but irregardless, it's a 82 small date zinc, which it's a zinc because of the blistering and the plating and all that. I could just weigh it. It'll be 2.5 ounces with something else going on that's, we really don't know what it is. It looks more post-mint damagey, but it's kind of weird how it lines up with the die clash. Okay, that's a very nice penny. So, again, I talk during my videos, so that's part of my my shtick, shtick, something like that. My gig, my thing, I talk during my video, depending on how mood I'm in, blah blah blah. But since I've been doing this whole deep dive into researching the specific types of errors, I figured it'd be a good time to talk about it, as if there's something that needs to be researched, I'm going to put it to the side. That's the bottom line. I mean, maybe if it's something super interesting, I'll continue to do the eBay thing, the how much it costs, what's it worth. I'll continue to do all that. The 87. Yes, I will continue with that. But as far as that taking super duper amounts of time, oh, we got a nice 64 in here. See, it's these older copper coins, really, that that can take a bunch of time to research. As Eric said, it could take him sometimes many, many hours to research one coin. And that's okay, but when we do that on our personal time, you know what I mean? All right, so this one looks like it has the little line on the bottom of the N. And what I'll do is, for example, like this one, if there's enough time, there's a little line on the end there. If I have enough time at the end of the video, then I'll do some research at the end, right? Like we're getting close to the end of this roll, which is pretty fast for me, right? So that's good. It's because there's a lot of zinc, and the zinc is much easier to identify errors than the copper. Copper, you have to do a lot more research on. That's just my opinion. So what I'm going to do is, like, these are the, excuse me, sorry, these are the ones for the short videos. I'm going to put this to the side. If we have enough time at the end, then I'll research it, because most people checked out by that point, so it doesn't really matter what happens at the end of the video. And if you're still here at the end of the video, then you get some bonus content. So that is my make everybody happy solution, or almost happy, right? Can't make everybody happy all the time, but you can try to make most of the people happy most of the time. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Let me look at that under the loop. The trust. Now it's that stain. There's a stain in the S, and it kind of causes a little bit of an optical illusion, like if there might be a doubling, but there's not. The W has a machine or a tilt, or it's not a spread. Let me look at that on the W. It's weak. And that's the other thing you have to be careful with. When it comes to researching, I'm saying, if the coin is not in really good condition, a lot of these errors, I don't want to say they're worthless, but they're worth about $2 or $3 in fine condition. And the problem is it could cost $2 or $3 to ship it, which makes it really, net zero, Another 64. That is so interesting that we got two 64s, which is cool, because I could look up, and they're both Philadelphias, right? Yeah, they're both Philadelphias. So I can look up what an odd, I mean, for having so few, we found two 82s. I'm going to put them together, actually. And we found two 64s in a row that doesn't have much. That's mostly zinc. See, and that's the interest, and I think that's why people enjoy the videos, right? Because it's so interesting to look at just regular what people are bringing to the bank. You know, the everyday stuff that anybody can do, and oh, we got the 88. So we're looking for the flared G. See, like that's not a big deal, right? You're looking for the flared G. You know, how big of a deal is that? It's not a big deal at all, right? It's but let me tell you that that's something I just learned. All right, so it's not a flared G. So check it out, right? So we got the 88, right? They all have wide AMs. If you find a close AM, then that would be worth probably $1 million because there's no such thing as one. But if you look at the G, right, you see how it has a loop and the end of the loop on the right goes straight up. The flare is when you get the, I think the flare is the cross member, the cross axle, the little line, which this one doesn't have, the serif, whatever it's called. But most of them don't have it. If you do find one with the flare, then it's valuable. So that's something new I learned. And that's something I put up on my own personal. Oh, look at this beauty. I put that on my own personal mat. Oh, what a beauty, man. Oh, wow. And the color. Oh, I wonder what it weighs. I got to weigh this one. It's orange. What a beautiful orange this is. It's almost like a pumpkin orange, practically. I want to weigh it because it's just such, I don't know, just 3.1 on the nose, man. Like a brand new penny. Wowzers, huh? What a beauty. And this is what I like to enjoy. You know, I like to enjoy the little gifts that I find in penny rolls. You know, this is who I am at my I'm gonna put it in for a video. It's just so orange. This is what I enjoy at my core. The simple things in life. Oh, 83. Um, I can tell it's. You find one of these that are copper, obviously it's worth from whatever, $50,000, $100,000, $1 million, whatever it is. So, with that said, I'm happy with my little divergence that I took, and I'm thankful to Eric for really inspiring me to learn more about this hobby. And I'm going to say the same thing about Otis. Um, and we're all different, you know. Everyone's different. We're all a little different in our approach to the same subject matter. 97. Looking for the double ear. There's a little piece of dirt under it, right? Almost makes it look like a double ear, but it's dirt. Pretty sure. Yeah. And the hair also can trick you into thinking it's a double ear. Look at the hair. Doesn't that look like an extra ear inside? Watch. Let's find a. He goes an 80. That's an 82 and 83. Here's an 89. See the line inside the ear? It could trick you into thinking it's a double ear. But I've seen the double ear, and it's really like either on the bottom you'll see an extra earlobe on the bottom, or you'll see a really big extra ear. Those are the ones that are really valuable. The extra lobe, I found a couple of those. So we're still under a half hour. That's a nice 73. We're still under a half hour. And we have a couple of those 64s that I'd like to check out. If I can get through these 95, we're looking for doubling on the obverse. So dark. $15, looking for also doubling on the obverse. And again, that's when I say the date, and for those of you who don't know, it's because I have a penny mat and there's a key variety for that year. Now, there might be little marks and stuff like that that you need a microscope or that I have to really take time out to search for. That, I'm not doing that with every single penny. I guess that's kind of the gist. All right, look at the 6. That's just dirt. See how it makes like a little line going in? That's just dirt. Huh. Let me check that out. Dirt. Dirt. 2006. Just a dirty, smelly penny. Oh, here we go. Wow, that's a nice, looks like a grease strike. Pretty good. What year is it? Oh, the 2015. We were checking it out before. Let me check. Let me get the, let's clean some of that dirt off to see if it really is. See, and this is stuff, what I do on this channel, anybody can do. Now, the research aspect, that not anybody can do. That takes time, and you have to have the time. That's why not anybody can do it, because not everybody has the time to spend hours and hours and hours. They might have, you can have other things going on. I'm just saying, it might not be work. It might not be something you want to dedicate this amount of time to. This is nice. That's a pretty good one, let me tell you. I'm going to say that's a grease strike. It's not invisible, but it's definitely noticeable. I don't know if it's worth anything. Maybe $1, maybe nothing. Another 2015. All of these you want to see doubling on the obverse, which we're not finding. See, this is how it's supposed to look. I put them near to each other. They're both 2015s. Oh, one's a D. Is that? Oh, that's even cooler. It's a D. Okay, I'll keep them together just to show the that mark. And the 92, we're looking for the close AM. Not a close AM. So this type of stuff that I'm doing, is that a die chip? No, it's gook. It's gook. It's gook. That's gook. Okay. So now that we're done with the penny roll hunt, now we got these 264s. Now, it didn't take an hour. Let me tell you, if it takes 40 minutes or 50 minutes, I might not be doing this. But today, 29 minutes, what the hey. Let's go to copper coins. And let's go to the 64. So I go to copper coins, right? Coppercoins.com. And then I go to, it's called the date guide, right? And it's right there. You can see it right on, it says it right there in the top. says date guide, and then all these numbers come up, and then I click on 64. This is how I do it. Otis does it differently. He clicks on the die variety search. Okay. Now you clicked on here. Let me see if I could. Let me take this down. That's garbage. Take this down. Take this down. This down. It's a bunch of junk. Okay. All right. All right. So now we're here, and we're looking for. Let's click on the one. So again, I'm only doing this because we're at the end of the video, and now we're looking for. First of all, how many types of errors are there? You have to go to the bottom. Okay, there's four pages. But a lot of the time, what I'm noticing is that if you look at what it says in one, it says it mostly in all of them, right? So here it says spread shown, extra bar, L, and saying Liberty. It's it's saying a lot of similar stuff. Bar L, see the L? There's a little bar. There's a bar under the L. So let's look at these. Let's look at these two, just to see if they have anything interesting in them that we could ascribe to. Now again, I'm only doing this at the end because we finished kind of early. So let's see what we see. And a lot of times you want to check what I'm noticing is the cross on the 4. That's one of the places you want to check. You want to look for a spread in the motto, right? That motto's "In God We Trust" is the motto. You want to look for a spread. So you want to see the letters if they're spreading. We got something going on in the B in Liberty, and we want to check out the L. Okay, so let me look at the loop. Oh. So on this one, it's actually to the north. And that's the other thing I remember. On this penny, there's on the R and the IN, they're spread to the north. Usually it's to the south. But the ones that I've noticed that I remember, a lot of them talk about the north. Okay, so let me look at the other penny. The other 64. Nothing on the date. Looking at the motto now. A little bit of spread to the south. You see, this one has spread to the south on the IN. And the T has some distortion. The last T in trust. All right, let me look at Liberty. The L is bleeding into the rim, but that's nothing. And I don't see no, I don't see any little bars or anything like that. So I'll show you on this one. This T over here has a little, see how it's like pushed down, right? Because that's how the T is supposed to look. And over here it's pushed down. So I think they call that a distortion. And then the I and the N spreads to the south. So that's about it for this. I don't see any doubling in the date or anything. Let's look at the reverse real quick, as long as we're here. Okay. That tea, though, I have to say, that tea is pretty cool. Let me get the polishing cloth, see if I can get some of that dirt out of that tea. Ah, yeah. Cleaned it up a little bit. Told you. All right, that's pretty cool. Now, so now you go. Now we go to so okay. So this one has something in the T, right? A distortion, a doubling. You see that little has like a little blip on the top of the T. Okay, so we got that. That's to the right. And this one here, we have a spread to the north, which I usually do not see. And I said it was in the R, right? You see it in the R really good there. Could even be doubling. Who knows? Doubling, a spread, distortion, whatever. Now, let's see if we find anything like that. All right. Spread shown, extra bar, L, bar over, no bars, no bars. We have a spread in the motto. That's what we're looking for. Spread in the motto. Something, that's where we found stuff in the motto. So either it says something about the, oh, here we go. A moderate CW spread can be seen on IN. Oh, okay, but this one here, it shows it in the middle, and ours is up here at the top. And lightly on the G of God. So did I say that on this one? Oh, it's got those little marks. But I'm gonna say I don't see the spread. I see the little marks, but I don't see the spread. So I'm gonna say no to that one too. Nice spread shown on trust. Oh yeah, see this one here. See the T? I always could have something like this with the T. A nice on shows on the ust of the truss. In addition, a bar shows over the crosslet. That's the word I keep forgetting. Crosslet of the four. No, we don't have that. We have the little something going on here in the T. This is really nice. Look how nice this is on this one. And then you can collect. You could click on the EDS, and it's going to show you all these great pictures. All right. So again, look at this. Look at this T. See, I feel like this T is what we got going on a little bit, except it's towards the north. So maybe it's a whole different coin. I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's go back. L in Liberty, light spread to include some notching. Some notching is visible, but again, that's on the motto. Oh, notching is visible on the date, Liberty, and motto. I don't know about that. You see how much time it takes to do this? I mean, it could take hours and hours and hours. Liberty, 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 Liberty. The crossbar, the crossbar, the crossbar, crossbar. Oh, this one has it on the T at least. See, Dublin can be seen to the left of the crossbar of the T in trust and to the north of the crossbar in four. That's not what we got though. We got to the north of the T. We got something going on. So let's see if there's another one that shows the north of the T. No. So the closest thing we've gotten so far really is this whole T thing here. So let's look back to the penny with the T. Is it this one? I think it is. No. Yeah, it's this one. Let me look at it under the loop. Is it this one? It's the one that I cleaned. Huh. Maybe I cleaned it so good there was nothing there. Yeah, it was that one. So I'm going to say nothing. I'm going to say nothing for these two. That is, so our video ended at about 11 minutes ago. And then we spent the next 11 minutes researching these two pennies. And there's really nothing there, to be honest with you. But they're two nice 1964 pennies in probably medium to high level AU condition. Probably worth 50 cents or a quarter or something like that. But that's what we found. And I'm okay with doing research at the end of the video like that. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully if I keep the research to the end of the video, that won't be too distracting from how I normally do my penny roll hunts. And oh yeah. And hopefully everybody's happy, right? Thank you. I try. I'll be here all week. Thank you. All right. God bless. And I'll see you in episode. This is 236. I'll see you in episode 237.